Hi, I would like to welcome you all to my channel. Today I'll be reviewing projects, finished hobby projects for the last quarter, meaning July, August and September. Okay, to be perfectly honest, this is last quarter plus 1 month, meaning that October is in it, because simply, at the end of September I had so many projects that required just tiny little touches to be finished that I decided to move this review simply 1 more month. Therefore, these are finished projects for 4 months to be exact. Okay, firstly I will do sort of like a fast review over the whole entirety of what I've done, and then if you want to just listen some more about certain projects, please stick around. One more thing before we start is I would like to ask you to consider subscribing to this channel, of course also commenting and liking the materials if you find them to your taste. Okay, now without any further ado, let's just start reviewing my projects. So first, a rather quick glance at things I managed to finish last quarter, plus one, that is, like I said before. After I finish this speedy review, if you fancy to look and listen a bit more about some of these miniatures and terrains, I will do some more in-depth chatter. So first we have a group of miniatures that were kind of test subjects. These are to be included in future projects, like this beautiful Spaniard from Reconquer Designs, Orc from a Last Dominion box, and this lovely printed Old Hammer Orc, which was tested in speed versus look. He will be a part of much bigger project, but that is a story for another time. This Bugbear Warrior is an FDM print from my Ender 3. I was simply curious how it will print and paint, and I would say he looks rather gorgeous. Here are some quasi 40k models, which in fact are playing one-page rules Grimdark Future. I painted 2 more choppers. I had 1 before, but legally now you have to have 3. They were featured in last battle report. If you didn't, be sure to check it out, link in description. These lovely old 40k orcs are used as unit bosses for mentioned one-page rules, and I've added some more Necron warriors to Robot Legion's army, along with some bogs. Here are some Warlord Republican Romans, from the late Republic of course. I need to have more Romans for certain ancient projects. I've painted 16 of these, plus Centurion, which is a truly great miniature. These are archers to be featured yet again in few projects, historical projects, but not only. They are 15th century, although they will take part in 16th century battle reports. Similar crossbowmen, they were destined for historical play, but for now they took part in a certain Old Hammer experiment. You can check few pictures on my Instagram, link below. These arquebusiers were painted strictly for mentioned Warhammer test, but surely they look adequate to be featured in some future historical battle reports. If you are interested in this Old Hammer game I keep blubbering about, be sure to subscribe to my channel, since the report should air most likely sometime this month. The same goes for those pikemen. They serve as spearmen, but Warhammer or not, they look much better with longer sticks, if I may say so. And last but not least, the Knight. I see them as fantasy purpose only since these are GW and they, look compared to other figures like ogres on mutated donkeys. I've managed to finish some terrain also, desert-like stuff, again destined for more than one purpose. For now, these heals are aimed at Chain of Command and Early Desert War, World War II of course, and for Dracula's America, which is a fantasy skirmish game set in a cowboy and Old West climate. Fences and walls, honestly, never enough of them, so I'm planning on creating quite a few more. These are actually, obviously printed, I've just painted them. Many more to come in different styles. Some supplies on palettes, these are small things, but they add a lot of character to a given battle. Some more rocks, but they are not finished. I mean, they already took part in a battle, so I'm showing them, but they do need some finishing touches. A palm tree, I'm really happy with this one. It's a printed palm tree. I got a few more, but this is the only one that I managed to finish for this video, well, therefore I'm showing it. This is pretty much it, so now if you want to listen and watch some more about this project, please stick around. So first, few words about Romans. These are miniatures sold by Warlord Games, very fine miniatures I think, no fancy or anything, but painted they look very nice, giving a proper feel of legionaries in fighting stances. These depict late Republic legionaries, but they can pose as earlier Hastati, easily I would say. I have 24 of them, 16 painted recently, as you can see here. Those at the front with black shields are to be veterans. Also, if I do play some Civil War scenarios, I would like to differentiate between armies, therefore different shield colors. Whole project is being created for the purpose of infamy and basic impetus too, but I'm sure that along the way I will devise more uses for them. There is also a hero mini, a Centurion, also by Warlord Games. This is famous Lucius Vorenus from HBO's Rome. Superb miniature from wonderful series. For now I got 8 more Romans to paint, along with Titus Pulo, of course. Now some shooting units from second half of 15th century. Crossbows were finished just recently for the purpose of taking part in the Old World experiment game. They will probably stay as a sort of fantasy unit, therefore I wanted to make some pavises on their backs. It will simply make them look more interesting. Bowmen were painted for different projects, which were put on hold due to, well, certain reasons. So for now, they also took part in the mentioned Warhammer-ish game. All longbowmen were painted with Army Painter wonderful speed paints, using method known recently as Slapjob. Actually I should say Slapjob Plus, since I did quite a few highlights on top of speed paints. No reactivation issues, if you are careful and you know what you're doing, this is really no problem at all. These pikemen, I was wondering if they should be included in this quarter summary. I mean, they were actually repainted from the previous scheme and rebased, but to be honest, I think it took me more time to do that than if I would start from the scratch. Anyway, historically these are, let's say, first half of the 16th century with a bit of unrealistic paint scheme. I mean, I will probably use them, if at all, as famous Swiss. Purpose of them being created was mentioned few times already, Warhammerish project. They are to depict Talabla spearmen, and I think they look glorious in this role. Same story pretty much with the arquebusiers. They were wrenched from their former round bases and repainted, again with the Talabla color scheme from the Warhammer, or should I say Old World. So, all these Renaissance foot soldiers are currently part of Old World project, mentioned quite a few times. They already took part in some battles, and you will have a chance to see a battle report from that event soon. Last but not least are some Talabla Clan Knights. I was planning on totally different miniatures for that role, but didn't get the minis on time, so I had to think of something else. I remembered buying these knights long time ago, so I went looking among my hobby stuff. Well, I found them, but not in a pristine state, I would say. So again, some scrubbing, painting and basing happened. All things considered, I think they look very good. I also thought they looked kind of boring, lined up on a classic movement tray, so I quickly designed and printed something I would consider making the whole unit look much more interesting. Now about some of the terrain I finish. Kind of like funny story. I usually do rocks or hills using styrofoam, sometimes combined with some casts from rock balls. Firstly, I'm using hot wire cutter to get some basic shapes. Unfortunately, cutting wire snapped and I didn't have any spare, so I decided to try and print some rocks. Never did this before because I thought they will not look good. I must say now I was wrong. After some experimenting with a desert-like paint scheme and then using some tile grouts, pigments and tiny stones, I am more than happy how this had turned out. Now a few words about these houses. These are from Terrain for Print. One of them is available for free on Thingiverse, and I liked it. I printed it and I liked it, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna look for the rest of this collection, and I found that it's like a $10, I believe. They are customizable, as you can see. You can sort of like mix the elements, and you can have a very nice looking Arab-like village. So I gladly paid the $10 and I printed these 4 houses, and they're great. They can be like for the Crusaders, for the Second World War, everything, and all the things that you can see here, these are printed and painted, and the palm tree as well. I love the idea. Someone had really good idea. It's like FDM print still. The leaves are separate and they are thin enough so when you sort of like heat them a bit, you can bend them, and that's what I did. That's what the creator of this file was actually saying, how to make this file look like a palm tree after you printed it. Great idea, a great looking item, I would say. And lastly, I finished few more minis thematically in 40k universe, but played with one-page rules firefight. If you had a chance of watching my last battle report in the firefight, you could spot them. If you didn't watch it, link is in the description. Apart from all the miniatures shown here, I did paint 4 minis destined for RPG sessions. These were for my son and his friends, so they are with their respective owners right now. Nevertheless, here are some work-in-progress pictures of these miniatures. So again, 94 miniatures finished in total, not counting the terrain bits. Only 2 months remaining. I'll see what I can do till then. For now, thank you for watching. If you like what you see and hear, please consider subscribing. If you didn't like it, thank you for sticking around that long. Anyway, till the next time. Cheers!